Sunday Roundtable is present and accounted for this morning, and joining us are Democratic political analyst Marianne Marsh and Republican political analyst Ginny Buckingham. It's great to see you guys. Just out of curiosity, because Susan Moran sat in the chair this morning. Ginny, let me start with you. What struck you from the conversation this morning?
Her courage in noting that we may need to move away from the coast given climate change and all the investment we are making to repair the damage. It's quite a thing to say when you represent where she is.
Yeah, she lives in Falmouth too, right?
Yeah, she was refreshing. I mean, I love the fact that she tried to get from the Cape to the State House on public transportation. It took her like an entire day.
6 hours, a work day.
It's just refreshing to see elected officials like that who really roll up their sleeves, go through what their constituents go through every day, and then try to find solutions for them because they have the chance to do it.
All right. Yeah. Boston Mayor Michelle Wu is moving ahead with her plan to rebuild the Long Island Bridge and Recovery Campus after securing a key state permit. Now, the mayor has long seen this as a major way to fight the homelessness and drug addiction crisis at Mass and Cass. It is becoming increasingly dangerous over there. Now, Quincy says they're appealing this latest move. Mayor Koch argues in favor of a ferry system or even using another space in Boston. A new bridge also at least 4 years away. Does Mayor Wu need to take more immediate action, Marianne?
I want to remind everyone up front here that that bridge was taken down 10 years ago in 2014. And with the permit, it's at least another 4 years to build the bridge. Mm-hmm. So now we're looking at 14 years of no services on Long Island, and that's what created Mass and Cass. So Michelle Wu, I give her credit. She's working on the things she can control in Boston, but it's going to take so much more, and everybody has to be involved because there's just not enough ways to treat everyone right now. And a ferry's a great idea, but addiction doesn't run on a schedule. You can't take a ferry in the middle of the night to get someone services. And it has exploded into the kind of situation where I think everybody, from Maura Healey to Michelle Wu to the DA, everyone who's got any money and any resources and any authority need to come together to try to make this work because we can't wait for more right now.
All right, what do you think, Ginny?
Look, it's a huge political problem for Mayor Wu. Acting Mayor Flynn said more about it and focused more on it in his little time while she was on vacation than she has in her time in office. That has to change. She says she has a new plan. Let's hear it. Let's clean it up. Let's clean it out, just like we said last week.
Well, Ed Flynn, first of all, acted like he just discovered Mass and Cass when it's been like that for 10 years. And it was a stunt that he did while she was away on vacation that was worthy of his father. And he really pulled off some great ones.
Well, he should have cleaned it out, but he waited respectfully for her to come back, and I hope she does.
Next thing is the governor. Busy times for Governor Healey. As we mentioned, she signed her first state budget. She issued her first state of emergency declaration over the migrant shelter crisis. She's also fundraising again. There is talk that she is raising her national profile for a run for a higher office in the future. Ginny, do you see that happening?
I mean, possibly, of course. I was struck that she struck a go along and get along tone when she signed that budget. She made excuses for them saying, oh, policy takes time, and they were the latest in the country in delivering a budget. She didn't veto very much. She said she was going to fight for tax relief. We didn't hear a peep about that.
Not saying for sure if he'll be there because he says he is so far ahead in the polls. Is it even worth showing up? Marianne, do you think he's going to show up?
He's not showing up. He's not showing up. He's laid the groundwork that he's not showing up. He doesn't want to give his opponents a chance to take shots at him. And oh, by the way, he wants to deny Fox those ratings so he can have more leverage on Fox as this election goes on. So that's what this is all about. And he will sit there on Truth Social and slam the bejesus out of all of them while they're all debating, even though Chris Christie's doing his very best to bait him to show up.
What do you think?
That's called smart politics. If you are that far ahead in the polls, no matter what race you're running in this state or country, you don't want to debate because you can only go backwards. So he's doing the right thing from a political point of view, not so much for the voters.
He's going to grab headlines if he's there or if he's not there. He's going to grab the same headlines. So, all right, next item. Voters in Ohio rejecting a proposal to raise the vote percentage needed to amend that state's constitution. It was widely seen as an attempt by Republicans to sink a referendum in November to guarantee a woman's right to an abortion. Big turnout in August in a red state. Democrats thrilled to run on the issue. Marianne, will the GOP get the message or keep going there?
Republicans think women shouldn't have any rights. This is just the start for them, okay?
Did I just snort? I think I did.
I'm not wrong. Okay, so it's abortion first, then it'll be voting rights, then they'll roll back the, pay equity measures that women have been able to get. They can't win without cheating. Democracy demands, majority demands. women want abortion rights, and so do a lot of men for women. So what we will see in 2024 is a turnout the likes of which we've never seen, because women and young voters are going to turn out to vote to keep abortion rights. They know if Trump wins, it's the end of everything, and abortion is just the top of the list.
Don't tell Nikki Haley that women's rights don't matter. I mean, she is one of our leading candidates, and perhaps she's going to strike lightning and be our nominee.
Nikki
It's
Haley
ridiculous.
does not matter.